Welcome, everyone, to the Sonoma Spiel. My name is Tim with the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau. It's almost summer, and summer means music. The air fills with music. And in Sonoma Valley and greater Sonoma County, we have things like the Tuesday Night Farmers Market, which really doesn't have many vegetables. It just has a lot of fun and music going on. We have the Green Music Center in Rohnert Park just over the hill where they have world-class performances. We have the Luther Burbank Center. We got music in Petaluma. Some people even go to Napa. We've got the Sebastiani Theater. We've got Broadway stars. But what is really amazing is sometimes you don't have to go that far. Sometimes you can find music right where you are, in place. Sometimes you can find music right in the place where you are. And that's why today I have a very special guest. Now, I know every week I say I have a very special guest. This time I actually mean it. He brought us concerts from all around the world and brings them to us. Music in place. It's Rod Marymor. Rod, how you doing?
I am well. Thank you for having me as your guest on the program.
Thank you. And that was good. Before we started, you were doing your podcast voice, our NPR voice. You were quite good at that. You were.
I can use this voice too, or I can use this voice when I get really excited, I can just kind of be my normal voice, which is right here, kind of like this.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Rod, let's jump into it. What is Music in Place?
Well, Music in Place started out at the very beginning of the pandemic, a little over 5 years ago. A group of friends realized that many of our friends who were also musicians, because we are musicians, were all out of work. We know the story of the pandemic. We banded together. We raised several $100,000, and we paid the out-of-work musicians that couldn't leave their homes to create music asynchronously and remotely.
The Zoom thing.
Kind of the Zoom things, but we made very nice ones, and this went on for 2 years, and it was good for their morale of the professional musicians. It put some money in the bank, some food on the table, which was good for them, and it was very, very good. And at the end of 2 years, we were either going to shut the doors down or continue in a different format. Okay. And so we decided that this next format would be to bring live music, still supporting the musicians, but bring live music to communities. And then we decided communities is way too big, and we focused in on where we live. Which is right here in the valley.
Which we're very appreciative. So.
And we started on a Friday afternoons 4 years ago. We thought Friday afternoons would be the perfect time to do concerts from 1 to 3 in the afternoon. That was not correct.
Where did you do the concert?
Well, we did them in the amphitheater.
In Sonoma Plaza Amphitheatre?
Yeah, in the Grinstead Amphitheatre. We actually did 6 of them, and we would get 20 or 30 people. Really good music. Yeah. We source our artists from all over the Bay Area. Okay. Not just Sonoma local people. Right. Although we love the Sonoma local people, but as you brought up in the very beginning, there is life beyond downtown Sonoma.
Which is shocking. People have left this island.
People
and there's entire communities out there with roads and systems of government and money and everything.
And you did mention a particular county off to the east, but there are other counties to the south and south of that and south of that and east of that. And there are wonderful, talented, very high-level musicians who want to perform, and they need to perform because aesthetically, and that's their life work, is to perform. They're artists, but they need to make a living too. Right. And so that's where we come in. We bring musicians from all over the Bay Area to the Grinstead Amphitheatre, which is a perfect venue, even more perfect now. We could talk about that.
Yeah, we will.
Actually.
Yeah, of course.
And so this is our 4th season. We're going into our 4th season of free concerts.
Oh, wait, hold on. So you started these on Fridays. They weren't successful.
Yeah.
Was it because you were charging too much money? Or were they free back then?
No, they were free, but it was just kind of coming out of the pandemic. And it turns out Friday afternoon, people don't really show up much until 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Because they work, they go to school and so on. We thought it would be kind of a lunchtime crowd.
Gotcha.
It really wasn't. So the next year we went on Sundays.
Okay, shifted to Sunday afternoons, if I recall.
Sunday afternoons, and that went really well. Okay. And the following year, which was our 3rd year, we did more concerts in Sundays.
Yeah, I really feel last year you guys really dialed it in. You had the great promotion, you had amazing talent, and people understood. Like the word had gotten out.
I think word of mouth is the best advertising that we have, maybe for everything we do.
Yeah.
But we do have. I have a visual aid.
Oh, you do. What is so? Wait, is this the? You heard it here first, folks.
I heard it here first.
Rod Marymor is unveiling the 2025 Sonoma Plaza.
I am.
Sonoma Sundays on the Plaza. Okay,
This is it.
And tell me about it.
Take a look at that. So you'll see these all over town.
These little flyers you're holding up here.
Yeah, this is the little flyers. These are the ones you take home and put on your fridge.
Right, absolutely.
That reminds you.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy an extra fridge so I can get 2 of them. I think it's worth it. Yeah.
Good idea. That's a good idea. So
Let me see.
You've got
one.
this,
Okay.
and this is the
bigger
one.
poster, which is suitable for framing, I should say.
We'll see these all over town, and I'll just I can give you sort of a
tell me who's coming, because this looks like a
well,
really
it's
good.
coming like a train.
Are you kidding me? Keep going.
No, it's
Oh my God.
It's,
and you've got sound effect devices.
yeah, it's in radio back in the days you had the Foley artists. And these are things that they use. This is kind of cool. This is a very old.
I'm taking a photo of this.
Yeah, it is a bellows train whistle.
Rob, where did you? So
this is a choo-choo horn from Pacific Coast Products Limited, Hollywood, California. No zip code.
I love
Sorry.
that you came in, and this thing's like old. It looks like something that this 100% is something my grandfather would have had
it's
in
old.
his basement.
It's very
100%.
old.
And you step on it with your foot probably.
I wouldn't step on that.
Well, no, but like I imagine original use was probably.
Well, originally, sure, when they had all the different gadgets around them, they could step on that with their foot, and they would have bells, and they would have things, and they would have little.
What?
Well, that could be a duck or a. It's either a duck or
It's like a metal round horn-looking thing.
What is
with
this?
It's on a piece of wood, and it's got a handle from the top, and you push down. When you push down it, what sound does it make again?
Makes this sound.
It's
I won't do it right.
no,
directly
the
into
microphone
mic.
will blow people
It'll
out.
Blow it
That
up.
is amazing.
It's cuckoo.
Rod,
It's just cuckoo.
okay, did you sell cars in another life? Oh my God. Rod, are you a radio guy from back?
No, I am a percussionist, and percussionists we are the makers of all different kinds of sounds, things that you can hit, drums and so on, cymbals, shake, maracas, and different kinds of shakers, scrape like güiros and those things, and I guess squeeze, and it's all for the birds, really. I mean,
I can't. Okay. Every time I talk to you, you're all business, and then you walk in here with a Foley setup.
well, you're just getting to know me a little better.
All right, do you have this? Is this your stuff? You own this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these are about these ones here. This is about 100 years old.
Yeah.
And they're great, really, really great shape. This is called the cuckoo horn. It's also Pacific. It's patented.
Oh, it's patented.
And all rights are reserved.
Hey guys, you cannot. Hey, that sound is patented. Nobody can steal that sound.
Hollywood, California, no zip code. So there's a time and a place for everything.
And that was the time and the place. Tell me about the concert.
Isn't that great?
That was amazing.
So, but speaking of concerts.
That's a segue. Yeah. Tell me.
So this summer on the Plaza, these are free, and as they have been all along, show up, family suitable. We once again have a sponsor called Jam Bar, and Jam Bar are these nutritious energy bars.
Okay, are they made out of jam?
They're all natural ingredients.
Okay.
They were made by the woman who she and her husband invented the Power Bar back in the 80s, which they sold to Nestle. And she raised 5 kids and then now has invented the new Jam Bar, and it's all gluten-free and organic. And
back in the bar business.
It's back in the bar, and they're good, and we give them out for free at our concerts.
I do say my favorite part, and I'm glad more people are coming to this, but the first concert I showed up to, just came out of my window from my office, and the guy in the back goes, "Do you want a Jam Bar?"
Yeah.
I said, I don't know what's going on, but yes.
But yes.
And he goes, why don't you take like 3? Because there's not as many people here. I said, absolutely. And I'm not doing this as an ad. And if Jam Bar wants to sponsor, keep going. But they are a good little bar.
They're good.
They're great.
They're good, and they're good. You don't feel bad about giving them to your kids because it doesn't have any weird stuff in it.
It's one of the bars that you're allowed to bring your kids to.
And
Jam Bar.
They sell them at Sonoma Market.
Did not know that.
Believe it or not. Yes,
My
they do.
gosh. You know what?
But we give them away for free.
Why are we not getting money for these ads that we're doing? Okay, so Jam Bar is your sponsor.
They're one of them. We're also sponsored by the Sonoma Community Center this year.
They're doing great.
The Dawn Redwoods Trust, which is actually an organization made up of many members of the Bohemian Club who want to be the good neighbors that they are. They raise funds and they support organizations like ours that in Sonoma, San Francisco and Sonoma in particular.
Oh, really nice.
Okay, they operate.
Good.
And then the KHR McNeely Family Foundation is also supporting. So we've got a lot of support to get going. But the biggest support, of course, comes from the community. But they come for free. But generally, they leave with a little less money in their pocket because our audience is so enthusiastic and loves what we do so much that they put money in the bucket.
Oh, they're good. They throw money. They don't throw coins at the musicians, though. Except
no, none of that. But anyway, so we have, starting on June 8th this summer, we have 16 concerts. 16
That's
shows.
a lot.
It's every Sunday except for one.
That's fantastic.
And so pretty much every Sunday, beginning in June through September, you can come to the Plaza and the Grinstead Amphitheatre, which is the newly renovated Grinstead Amphitheatre.
Shout out to Brian for putting in the new benches. Shout out to Sonoma Raceway for donating the wood.
That's right. And shout out for the city to supporting the whole thing.
Did the whole thing. It looks great. The whole team at City Hall and the City Council really supported it. So
it's beautiful.
That amphitheater is gorgeous.
It is.
It's so funny because it was one of those things built. There's an early photo of when it was built. Because the plaza originally was horse dung and mud and cow poop. And over time, we've changed it. And
now it's just duck poop.
There's a lot of duck poop. I almost stepped into some on the way over here. That's funny you mentioned.
Yeah, well, it depends on the neighborhood you go through.
But now that amphitheater is this beautiful dugout amphitheater. It's surrounded by redwood trees. It's shaded. It has a beautiful covering right there.
Yes.
And kids put on impromptu shows all the time.
All the time.
And anytime a school group shows up, there seems to be an impromptu show. But it probably seats like 200 or something.
Oh, easily.
It's quite big, and I love this. So you have all these. You said 16 of them coming.
There's 16, so pretty much June 8th through September 28th. So virtually every Sunday afternoon, and it's all kinds of music. So we're starting out. I'll just kind of give a quick rundown. The Anthony Paul Soul Orchestra featuring Willie Jordan. This is blues and soul. This
good.
A big blues band. A lot of these shows are like parties.
They are.
People come down. They dance.
It's big. 'Cause I know that oftentimes, and this might be you because you're maybe helping find some of these people, that oftentimes there's a really good percussion and oftentimes brassy good sounds that just carry, and they're perfect for an outdoor space.
It's perfect for an outdoors. That's how we curate it.
Yeah.
And so then the following week, June 15th, it's a variety, kind of an R&B, more of an R&B thing. Marcel Smith with Bob Jones and the Chosen Few.
Okay.
And the next week, June 22nd, this is actually a pretty big region.
This is a good job getting this one.
LaVey Smith and her Red Hot Skillet Liquors.
That is a great concert.
It's going to be really fun. This one will be very, very fun. Kind of a retro 50s, 60s sort of a thing.
Right.
And if you are one of those people that likes that jumping, jiving, boogie woogie style dancing, and we expect people will come from all over the Bay Area.
I'm sure there will be dancing down in the bottom part there. I'm sure.
And some of them bring their own little dance floors. And they put them down and dress in costume.
Okay, quick side note here, Rod. You go to a lot of these concerts, I'm sure, around the area.
I do.
Do you notice every city has that one couple that just dances? They're usually a little bit older. They often wear flashy outfits. I've been in Milwaukee. I've been in Sonoma. I've been in San Francisco. I've been in Oakland. Wherever you go, there's that one couple.
It's the same couple.
Like central casting sends them out.
Right.
It's so weird.
Well, it's people love to dance.
Yeah.
There's people that love to sit and listen. There's people that love to dance, and for the folks that love to dance, the 50s, 60s kind of Louis Prima, that whole kind of swinging era, people really go for that.
They do.
They really do. And they come out and they're very passionate about it. So
that's pretty good. So that's LaVey Smith and her Red Hot Skillet Lickers.
She is, and we're closing our season, jumping September 28th with Robert Dellinger's Alpha Rhythm Kings, which this will be the third year in a row that they've closed our season. And it's the same idea.
I love this.
And Robert, he's a trumpet player, a great vocalist, and they're performing. They actually perform at Disneyland all the time now, and Vegas. So they're sort of all over the place.
All over there.
And anyways, after LaVey, we have a Latin jazz group. And it's a bigger group. It's the Lunar Octet.
Okay.
For those that don't know, an octet is 8.
Got it.
8 people are in this band.
So
and a lot of percussion.
That means October is the 10th month. Wait a minute.
Wow. I never knew that.
They pulled that one over on you. Why is October the 10th month in August? Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, octet.
Well, that explains November, too. So July 6th, moving on, is a New Orleans party. And we put this here because July 4th was actually on a Friday this year.
Right.
And we figured, well, we're not going to let July 4th go without some good old Americana.
This is going to be a blowout weekend in Sonoma. 4th of July on a Friday.
This is the Daughters of the Delta.
Okay, that'll be good.
And they're great. And then keeping with that Americana theme, the next week is kind of a country and western act.
Okay.
We want to appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
We have something for everybody, so there's some C&W.
Okay, good.
The following week, we have our own Music in Place All-Stars.
Oh, the MIP All-Stars. I was wondering who that was.
Music in Place. And this is under the direction of our artistic director, Aaron Langton, Dr. Aaron Langton, in fact. He's the artistic director of Music in Place. He is a professor. He is what you call a DMA, a Doctor of Musical Arts. That's the equivalent of a PhD in the world of music. And he runs the Jazz Studies program at San Jose State.
Okay.
And is a Grammy winner, and he's quite an accomplished guy. So he's pulling together a great band that's going to be doing what we call Jazz Meets Pop.
Is this the guy you set me up with for the lighting of the plaza about 2 years ago?
Yes.
They were phenomenal.
Yeah, really good.
I was really amazed when they showed up because I'm like, oh, this guy Rod says he knows some guy. It was like,
We always get good people.
That was amazing. Okay, very good. That's going to be a concert.
So then August 3rd, the ever popular Sonoma Local Day.
Sonoma Local Day.
Sonoma Local.
Tell me about that.
And so this year we have 2 bands, as we did last time around, Loosely Covered, and the illegitimate AC/DC, which happen to be playing coming up I think this week, man.
I do have to say, I'm going to put on the morning show. For those watching on YouTube, I've got the morning show KSVY mug going here. Illegitimate AC/DC is officially the house band of KSVY, or one of them. Bob Taylor, who is the manager here at the station where we rent the studio space, plays guitar for them. And he's phenomenal. He becomes Angus Young from AC/DC. He puts the outfit on and he rocks. And they do not slow down. These are not young people. These are gentlemen of a certain age, and they go hard. So it's fun.
This is the elderly version of AC/DC.
Believe it or not, this is younger than the original AC/DC.
Is now. Oh, yeah, probably by a lot. Yeah.
I think the remaining ones must be in their late 70s.
Yeah, well, probably.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we got that in August.
So that's a local day, and that is a fun community party, really, because folks know who these guys are, Loosely Covered and Illegitimate AC/DC.
They're phenomenal.
They'll come out, they'll dance.
That's fun.
And as if that's not enough, we're going local the next week as well with Tommy Thompson and the Ambassadors of Western Swing.
He's great.
He's great.
He has a show in the studio across the hall here in an hour. He's amazing.
He's amazing. And for those that don't know, the father of Western Swing is Bob Wills. And Tommy has a place down in Turkey, Texas, which is the church of Bob Wills. And Bob Wills is from Turkey, Texas. And every year he does a festival down there in Turkey. And bands that play in this style of country Western Swing, they all show up in Turkey. And
it's a big thing.
It's kind of like they do with the motorcycles up there in South Dakota.
At Sturgis? Yeah, it was funny when Tommy was explaining it to me. I said, okay, that seems nice because he's a gentleman I know from the hallway here. And then someone said, no, that is a huge deal.
He's a big deal.
He's a huge deal.
He's a big deal.
And then I heard him perform here.
He's
like, wow, this guy's great.
He's legendary.
Yeah.
Then we have a Baxter Robertson, bluesy, rocky. So Baxter, he had a big hit years ago. It was the song from the movie The Karate Kid.
Really? The first Karate Kid?
Yeah, and so he's around. I couldn't sing it to you, and
Me
even
neither.
if I knew it, I couldn't sing it to you.
No.
I just couldn't do it. But he's got a great band. And then we're going local again. We are going local again with Spike Sykes and his awesome hotcakes.
Yes.
And if you've heard them, they're another band that's great to dance to. All kinds of music. They'll take a Fleetwood Mac song and turn it into some sort of a swing number and really fine musicians and very original and really fun. Following that, we have the multi-Grammy winner, Mads Tolling and the Mads Men. Mads is a wonderful violinist. He could play Bach, but he can also play rock. Oh. He is one of the Wolfpack, a member of the Bob Weir Wolf Brothers, and Mads tours all over.
But he's a classical violinist.
Yes, but he is a classical violinist and a jazz violinist. He also uses lots of electronics, so he's got foot pedals and he can loop, and he does all this really fun and crazy, wonderful stuff.
Yeah, but can he do a choo-choo sound with his foot?
Maybe. Hard to tell.
Right, so that's Mads Tolling and the Mads Men.
Mads, yeah.
Okay.
And then another group led by a Sonoma County local. Todd Tribble is a drummer. Okay. And he plays with some of the bands that even some of them we've talked about, including Leslie covered earlier. But Todd is got a group called the Sidemen. Okay. And these are all very accomplished musicians who have played with many notable people. Okay. And they come together, and this is going to be kind of a funk band.
Oh,
sort
fun.
of a jazz, funk, jazz fusion.
Okay, okay.
And then on September 14th, this calendar's a little out of order. We're getting that fixed. But on September 14th, we have Angie Sanchez is producing her Mexican Independence Day. Oh, great. And we are collaborating with Vida Cultural Arts.
Good job.
And we are hosting the Grinstead Amphitheatre stage, which will be a mariachi, a large mariachi band. And this is an event, this September 14th, where there'll be 2,000 people on the plaza.
Oh, yeah.
They come from all over the place. And again, it's another big party.
This will be fun.
And it's a chance where our whole entire community, East meets West, we all come together and have a great time.
We have a really good mariachi program. I think it's at either the Green Music Center or the LBC. I can't remember. But they bring in young people who want to learn about mariachi. Yeah. And they do it. And I've seen them perform. And again, it blows my mind away what they can do.
You know, the thing, honestly, Tim, about music, and I hope that this schedule demonstrates it, good music is good.
Yeah.
There's so many different styles. It could be serious classical music. It could be rock and roll. My daughter showed me this band from Coachella that from last weekend. They were doing live streams. Emil and the Sniffers. Okay. Check it out. So they're from England. It's a power trio, guitar, bass, and drums. And Emil, the singer, and she screams most of the time. Okay. But this band had most unbelievable energy, and the crowd is going insane and loving every single second of this band. And here I am, a person also of a certain age, but I am like, wow, these guys are really good. And they are. So that's what we're doing here.
Okay, good.
So following the mariachi night, afternoon rather, the next week is salsa. So we're kind of going that Latin theme. And mariachi music is really specifically Mexican music. It's the music of one of the musics of Mexico. It's very distinctive. Along with some other styles, grupos and bandas and all that stuff. Salsa music is Cuban.
Got it.
It's a different kind of thing. Okay. Or what do they call it? Well, Puerto Rican style.
Right. So more like Caribbean
it's from
infused.
African influenced very much with the rhythms, and sort of evolved between Puerto Rico and New York City.
Okay.
Is where it kind of got going. We had it in the Bay Area here. Tito Puente.
Oh yeah.
Was a local guy, and
okay.
And anyway, so this is salsa, but again, great dance music.
Okay.
It's really fun. And then to finish out the season, as I mentioned, Robert Dellinger's Alpha Rhythm Kings, and that's our finale party.
This is amazing.
It's going to be a really nice season, 2 to 5. We'll be pouring wines by the glass.
Hold on.
Every single Sunday.
An event in Sonoma that features wine?
It features wine.
Fantastic.
And it features wine from local wineries.
Okay.
And we don't go too far afield. So we'll be pouring wine from wineries that have tasting rooms right around the plaza.
Okay.
Some of those. Maybe someone from Kenwood would have something. But we try to keep it really local.
You're talking about local. You're like, no, it's 5 miles away because Kenwood is not that far.
Well, Sonoma's a big county.
It is a big county.
Yeah, it's a
right.
big county.
It's a big place, but
that's
wonderful.
That's our summer season starting on all Sundays, 2 to 5, June 8th.
Free.
Pretty much every single
This
Sunday.
is sort of like, for those who know, in San Francisco, there's a thing called the Stern Grove Festival in a place called Stern Grove.
Yes.
And similar bigger in size because their amphitheater is a natural hillside.
Right.
And it attracts a huge crowd. People come up and picnic. This is similar in the sense, though, that you've got phenomenal music. You've got a great outdoor venue. People can picnic. They can get food and wine nearby.
Yeah.
And jam bars.
And jam bars. Well, it's good that you mentioned the food thing. We don't do food trucks for these concerts, and the primary reason that we don't is that we want people to come to the plaza, come to Sonoma, have lunch at one of the great restaurants around the plaza.
Okay, have you been to the Butcherman at the cheese factory?
I have been, and
so good.
And we'll talk about them with Battle of the Bands.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah, because I'm just thinking
but we have so many great restaurants.
You can walk right to them,
and you can either sit down and eat or get something, bring it over.
Right.
So have lunch. We start at 2. Get your spot because we do fill up. Bring your tables, your little tables and chairs set up around the park, and then or have dinner after. We're done at 5. And go have a nice dinner somewhere right there on the plaza, and it makes a really great afternoon in Sonoma.
Absolutely.
For locals and for out-of-towners.
I love that. All right, so it's Sonoma Sundays on the plaza starting June 8th and going all the way through September 28th every Sunday from 2 to 5.
And it's not cuckoo.
Rod, here's what we're going to do. Before people became professional musicians, they probably had to be youth musicians, I'm assuming.
Lots of them,
Lots of them start out that way.
Sure.
But there seems to be not that many venues for kids to showcase what they're doing. Like back in the day, you would have gyms would have concerts, and the high school kids would show up, or all ages clubs and stuff. There's a few. One is still in Petaluma. But like bands like Green Day started coming to play at the Sonoma Community Center, and they would go around and play.
Sure.
But that doesn't really happen as much anymore. Is there a solution, Rod?
Well, there is a solution. And
did I tee you up there?
But that's good. But it's a solution that has been around for several generations, and sort of faded out here. I think that there may have been some of these back in the day, but my friend and colleague Rand Ronlin, who owns a company, Music Nomad, here in Sonoma, they manufacture musical instrument care products like polishes for guitars and all these kinds of different gadgets.
Accoutrement for your instrument.
And
for your instrument.
So Rand contacted me one day and said, I think that we should have a battle of the bands in Sonoma, but it shouldn't be just a Sonoma battle of the bands. It should be all of Northern California. And Sonoma should be the central point for this to take place.
Yes.
And it should take place the week before Bottlerock.
Yes.
Because we need a youth version of Bottlerock, and it has to start somewhere, and let's be the ones to do it. So this was his thought. And but he's a retailer.
Okay.
And we're not retailers. Music and Place, we're presenters, we're producers, and curators, and all that sort of thing. And so we thought it would be a good partnership to come together. So we created between us.
Oh, I'm doing a drum roll, but I don't have a Foley.
This is the Northern California Youth Festival Music Nomad Battle of the Bands, presented by Music and Place.
I love that.
It's going to take place from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on May 17th.
Okay.
That's a Saturday.
Okay.
That's in about 3 weeks.
The week before Bottlerock.
The week before Bottlerock, yeah.
Okay.
And at the Grinstead Amphitheatre, the lovely, newly renovated, thank you, Brian Rollins.
Good job, Brian.
Grinstead Amphitheatre, with the beautiful rose garden next to it. Also, thank you, Brian Rollins, for making those roses look so good. And we are going to have a food truck at this one. It's going to be the Sonoma Cheese Factory. We'll be there.
Oh, great.
They're going to be serving up stuff from the butcher man, so it'll be burgers, and it's all going to be compostable materials.
As one of the requirements for events on the plaza.
It's one of the requirements, and I also have to. I think I should express my appreciation for Lisa Jansen.
All right.
And David Guin and the leaders of our city operations for supporting us to do these things. And that's the Summer in the Plaza, but also the Battle of the Bands. So we've got the food from Cheese Factory. We're working on the kettle corn guy. We're working on the snow cone guy.
Of course.
And jam bars, of course, will be there.
Good.
And so you can get food on site.
Okay.
We'll be pouring wine, but not until 3 p.m.
Got it.
3 p.m. till 7 p.m. Otherwise, you have to do certain things that we don't want to do.
What time does this start?
This starts at 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Yeah. So there's going to be.
How many bands we got signed up?
Well, we had 30 bands. They won't be performing. We had 30 bands who applied.
Wow.
And they were required to send in a photograph of the band, links to either Spotify or YouTube, whatever they had, and they had to be enrolled in high school or middle school.
Great.
Maybe one or two kids are 19,
Right.
but they had to be enrolled in school.
Okay.
So most of the kids, it's 11 to 18. That's the
This is fantastic.
Oh yeah. 30 bands. So we selected 10 bands and 2 alternates.
Okay.
So there's 12 bands, and the furthest south these bands come from is Morro Bay.
Okay. Wow.
And all the way up to Folsom.
Okay. This is Northern California.
And way into the East Bay.
Okay.
And so like Livermore, way out there.
Yeah.
And so it's Northern California. The kids are going to come up starting at 11. They each get 20 minutes to do their thing, a 20-minute thing. And then in between sets, we're going to have local celebrities or,
very good.
local folks will be emceeing the segments. I'm asking you if you would do one of them or two.
Oh, yes.
Battle of the Bands.
I would be honored. That'd be fun.
It'll be fun, and it's like, oh, that was so and so, and and then we have a nice little playlist put together for us during the breaks by Jeff Bunshoe of the Bunshoe Company. And Jeff's a big music fan. He can't be here, but he's doing a playlist that's going to be in between.
During breakups and
during the breaks.
Okay, yeah.
So it'll be 20 minutes of music, 20 minutes of break, and 20 more minutes. And so there'll be 10 bands. Wow. Maybe 12 if we can shorten those 20 minutes to maybe along. 15 minutes.
Yeah, the breakdown or something like that.
We have the best sound guy in all of Sonoma, maybe Northern California, Nat Eslaxon.
Oh yeah, he did our lighting. That guy is amazing.
He's amazing.
He rolled right up, and I was really worried because I don't know when I do our event in November. This is not my world, and he showed up with everything, just like all popped up.
He's got it all.
It's crazy.
He does all the sound, and anyways, so these bands, I'm gonna give you the names of the bands.
Sure, because I probably won't know them, but
no one's
gonna know them soon.
No one's gonna know them, but you know, like you mentioned, Green Day.
Yeah,
they started out.
Yeah, like El Cerrito, Berkeley, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, they were East Bay.
Yeah.
In fact, I knew the guy. Elliot Kahn was one of their early managers.
Okay.
His management company was called Kahn Men. And he managed Green Day for quite a while until they did their show at Berkeley Rep, and they became American Idiot. They became really famous and didn't need him anymore, and so
off they went.
Imagine what happened there.
Off they went.
So we have the Greystones. They are coming all the way from San Jose. We have Actual Proof. These are the names of the bands. Schoolboy Swing.
Okay.
GLR. The leader of this band is named Gavin Lee Roach.
Oh, hence GLR.
GLR.
Wait. Where is that one out of?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Why? Is the name familiar to you?
Yeah, I think he's from where I live.
Okay.
That's funny.
All right. Maybe he is. Gavin Roach. GLR. Then we have Field Trip.
Field
Trip. Black Seraphim. Okay.
Oh yeah, we got a rock band, do we?
I'm just telling. How about Total Dysfunction?
Wait, is the band called Total Dysfunction?
One of the bands called Total Dysfunction.
All right.
Vintage Youth.
Okay.
Solace.
Oh, okay.
Solace.
Like not soulless, like lacking a soul, but like SOLACE. Solace.
Yeah, Solace, however you want to say it.
I don't know. That's one of weird world. We can go either way on that one. Yeah.
Then we have Matthew Ferguson Andrews. He's a rapper.
Oh, great.
So we have rap, we have jazz, we have pop, we
fantastic.
have rock and roll, and we have heavy metal, like screaming guitars.
Seraphim.
And
Black Seraphim.
Black Seraphim.
Black Seraphim.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's who they are.
I love it.
We have the Masked Gestures.
Please tell me they wear masks.
We will find out.
I will be so happy if you have a band that has a gimmick like that.
We will find out. Okay. And then our local people are going to be very, very happy to know that our very own local youth rock band, Noetic Pause, made the cut.
Good.
And we have a group of 6 judges. We have, is it 6 judges? 1, 2, 6 judges.
Okay.
It's 4 adults and 2 youth.
Okay.
The adult judges are Rand Ronlin and Amy Goldman. She's actually
Is she a music teacher?
She's the artist.
Oh, the artist.
But she's very involved in the world of music.
Oh, okay.
And then the other adult judges on the music and place contribution side is Tim Curley, who writes about music here in the Valley, is very familiar with the world of music.
Yep.
And Bob Taylor is one of the judges.
Oh, look at that.
Right,
I've heard of that guy.
From the radio station.
Yeah, he's okay.
Right here. He's good enough.
You know what? Let's stop talking about him. We can give him a big head and he'll show up here. Jeez.
Yeah.
So this is cool.
And then there's two kid judges, two youth judges. So the 6 judges, and they'll be there all day on May 17th, Saturday, for the event. They'll be hearing all the bands. They'll be judging the winning band. The winning band gets $1,000.
Oh, that's real money. That's real money.
The second place gets $500.
Again, real money.
The third place gets $250.
Still also real money.
Every band gets a swag bag.
Oh, nice.
And what's in the swag bag?
I don't know. What?
Jam bars.
Do you need some Sonoma Valley swag? We'll donate some stuff.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Some Music Nomad product for shining your guitars and cleaning your drums and all your cymbals. Some drumsticks.
Good.
Some guitar strings. And stuff like that there.
This is great.
So every band gets the swag bag.
Okay.
And every band has the opportunity to perform on the following Tuesday, 3 days later, during the farmers market on that same very stage in front of 1,000 people who will
That'll be like the best of. We'll come back to it.
The best
of.
The
super band.
The best of get to come back and get a.
I love this.
Get a gig that's not a battle of the bands, but it's like, no, this is a gig.
Good for them, a paid gig.
And then every third Tuesday, beginning with that May 20th, Music and Place will be back on the plaza with the farmers market.
Oh, great.
Doing youth bands from around the Bay Area. So and we'll be coordinating with the folks on the southwest side of the plaza so that we don't step on each other because there's usually two kinds of things going on.
Can we do like competing bands?
Well,
like the Sharks and the Jets kind of thing. They meet in the middle, but then becomes a beautiful symphony in the end?
It's so far it has not been that beautiful symphony. It's been more like the rumble in the.
You can sit in the middle of the plaza with more right ear, left ear.
You can find that spot where it's either you like that sort of thing or you hate it.
And also KSVY often broadcasts live from the Tuesday night market, which for people who don't know, yes, there are vegetables. They are hard to find. It is a party Tuesday nights. Starting May 6th, it starts. It's really fun.
It's great. People they bring lawn chairs and little tables, and some people it's kind of like those tailgate parties.
Yes,
they just bring really amazing looking.
No,
food.
It's like a spread, and there's like these tables are very elaborate. It's like I've seen candelabras out there. I've seen stuff. It's pretty good.
Lots of families, and again, it's folks from all sides of the town. They come in and really come.
Go for it.
Come for a couple hours.
Rod, how did you, you mentioned before you're a percussionist.
Yes.
Do you still play in a band?
I do. I play in a concert band, which is like a symphony orchestra, except there's no strings.
Okay.
So it's clarinets, trumpets, saxophones, trombones, tuba, percussion, clarinets, flutes, oboe, bassoon.
That's a large band.
There's about 65 of us in the band.
What's the name of it?
Well, it doesn't really have a name, but it's a band that's associated with a particular gentleman's club in San Francisco.
Gotcha.
And it's very fun, and this group has musicians who are top professionals, folks from the San Francisco Symphony, opera, ballet orchestras, a lot of music educators, and then my background, I was a musician professional for many years.
You were. So this is my whole thing. Like, this is not just a hobby. You were
my whole life.
You were playing gigs and going around and doing your thing.
Yes.
How did you get into music?
So my earliest memory of it is sitting on the floor in the kitchen with my mom's pots and pans and a bunch of wooden spoons.
Okay.
And I would just kind of whack on them like that.
Right.
And then I made my way into the garage and turned over. We had a couple of those 55-gallon oil drums, but back in the day.
Did you grow up on a refinery, Ron?
No. This was you could get them for free, and my dad had those for garbage cans.
Oh, okay.
And so I would turn those over, and they sounded really cool when you hit on those. And then when I was 10 years old, our school district had a real music program when I was 10, and you could sign up for the band and pick an instrument. Okay. And I picked the drums. Well, my family also picked the drums because if any other instrument you had to rent and it had a monthly charge, but drums was a rubber practice pad and 2 drumsticks.
Oh, great!
It was cheap and real quiet. So
you would think of it the other way, that like drums, or your parents would be terrified to have them.
Well, it wasn't. It was a little
wooden
practice pad. And
wait, where did you go to high school? Where did you go to school? Like, let's shout out.
This was Garden Grove, California.
Well, thank you, Garden Grove School District, for investing in the arts. Right?
Yeah, and so one thing led to another, and I played in bands in. Our family moved to the East Coast, and I played in a psychedelic. Well, I played in bands in Southern California. I can remember the Bruce Relge Trio.
Okay.
That was accordion, bass, and drums, and we played at Rotary clubs and things like that.
Accordion, bass,
and drums. I think Bruce might have sang too. I played in this band. We were the Random Four, and then we were the Toads Revisited after that. And we played at fraternities at Fullerton JC at the time.
The big paying gigs, man.
And, they were paying gigs back then. And then a family moved to Virginia, and I played with Chrysanthemum. This was in the late 60s.
Okay.
That was a psychedelic.
It was, okay.
Hendrix, The Doors, Moby Grape, all that kind of stuff.
And you got paid for those too? Or
no?
You played bars and stuff back then?
We played a lot of fraternity parties at the University of Virginia.
That's fantastic.
Back then.
Okay.
Yeah. And then...
wait, isn't that where they do that naked run? Is that UVA?
Well, that could be any college.
Yeah, touche.
Then... where did we go? I went to Tucson, Arizona to music school. And
so you studied it?
I started studying legit percussion, but not before. I was a couple of years with a blues band. They were called the Dog Bleep Blues Band. Real.
Did they sound like Dog Bleep?
that was always the effort. We would only play the worst places. We wouldn't take a good gig because you couldn't really.
What's the point?
You couldn't play the blues if you were getting paid too much or the place was too nice. You couldn't really play the blues.
Staying true, man.
And that's what we did. And then I got into musical theater, and I became a legit percussionist. I got a master's degree in percussion performance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I did all that.
Wait, so you're a drummer that can read music?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And then I went on the road for about a year with some disco bands in the mid-'70s. And I was a member of the Ray Sharp's band. And if you remember Ray Sharp, he had a song called Linda Lou.
Okay.
I'm not going to sing it.
Okay.
But
Because you're not a
the
singer,
words
you're a
are,
percussionist.
they call my baby Sally, but her real name is Linda Lou. Okay, so it was a hit.
I've got to get the rights to that to put on the podcast.
He was with Joey D and the Starlighters. So,
okay.
Anyway, so
you were touring with a disco
band and then another band, and we were mostly between Richmond and Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Richmond, Virginia.
Virginia.
Okay.
And Baltimore.
That was oddly specific, like Richmond, California.
Oh, yeah,
Baltimore,
not that Richmond. But we did spend a month in Davenport, Iowa, which is not too far from Chicago, but colder and windier. It was horrible.
Why? Isn't that one of the
Because we were playing at a club out there, and we were staying in the Hotel Davenport, which is it was horrible. And it was February. I mean,
Wait, you were stuck in Davenport, Iowa for February, playing as a house band at the Hotel Davenport.
No, at a club. Yeah, that you had to walk to. But this is what we were talking about before. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go on the road. I'm going to be a professional musician. I'm going on the road.
Right.
Because it was a cool thing.
Right.
It's cool until you get on the road. Then you're like, oh, man. It's part of life.
It's the old joke. What do you call a musician without a girlfriend? Homeless. Yeah.
Right.
How did the drummer make his car go faster? He took the pizza sign off the top.
Right. And what's the difference between a drummer and a family and a pizza?
What is the difference?
Well, the difference between a drummer and a pizza is that a pizza can feed a family of 4. Thank you very much. And that's how it goes. And then, but one thing led to another,
right.
and I came to realize that life as a professional musician, and I had some other turns in there too, it was financially unsustainable.
Right.
And at the age of 30, living in someone else's basement, feasting on mac and cheese and tuna, it really got old.
Gotcha.
And so I shifted my focus. I got into I opened a recording studio, borrowed some money. Then I morphed that into an entertainment production business, a booking agency. And then somehow that turned into a software company that ended up becoming a real estate investment interest, which is why I can now be in Sonoma, California, supporting a nonprofit that puts on free concerts right here in our town.
So the trick was, if you really want to make money in music, don't do music. Do something else and have a passion.
I can't tell you how many people I know who are lawyers.
Right.
They're doctors.
Yep.
They're high tech professionals who are really good musicians. I mean, very, very good musicians. And they can do it because they do it for the right reason. They do it because they love doing it and they're accomplished. And same thing with visual artists, really, really wonderful painters who are lawyers.
I think it's not to downplay, the whole joke is about the broken musician, but it's that it's very, very, very hard to make a sustainable living in the arts.
Even the ones that you think, it's like, oh, well, this guy, everybody knows who he is. He's famous. He does really, really well. Not necessarily.
It's hard.
It's really, really hard. You have to be at the top of the top.
Right. So for those that are just below the top of the top, they have another thing, but they still, showcase their passion in other ways. And that's like even the people you bring here, or you being involved in the arts, or me doing the fine art of podcasting.
There you go.
Thanks for that. You can do the sound effect on that one. Yeah. Rod, this has been great. And before we get to the next segment here, I just want to make sure people know how to get more information about Music in Place and the concerts. Where's the best place for them to go to, and about the Battle of the Bands?
Yeah. So as a reminder, the Battle of the Bands is Saturday, May 17th. That's 3 weeks from tomorrow.
Right.
But you might be listening to this a year from now.
You never know.
So,
Right. We might be on the third one by the time someone listens to this.
May 17th, 2025,
Right.
the year of our Lord. So for whoever hears this. And starting 11 in the morning. And then the Sundays on the Plaza begins June 8th, which is several weeks after this. And the way to get the information about these, and these are all free, they're free to the public, come on down, is just go to musicinplace.org.
Easy.
And right there on the homepage is all the information that you would want. You can download the schedule, put it on your fridge, or if you're wandering around town and you go into the Swiss Hotel, or you go into the community center, or you walk into the offices of the CVB, we've got our little
posters will be up there.
The handbills are they're going to be there. They're available for you, and
because I have your other ones, so I'm going to get the new ones. We're going to get in there. All right, so
and so that's it. That's what we're doing.
That's how people can find you.
That's how they can find us, and come on down. It's a great time.
Good. Well, you're not done, by the way.
Okay.
Did you know that at the end of this podcast, you have to answer questions we get from visitors?
I can't wait.
Okay. So, again, musicinplace.org. But Rod Marymor, we have 2 visitor centers, and people call us and they text us. We have a professional staff. We have a dedicated volunteers. They ask us all sorts of questions. And today I am deputizing you to be one of our volunteers and one of our staff, and you're going to help me in a segment we call We Get Questions. Thank you. Oh, we're ready.
There we go.
All right, here we go.
Now's the time.
There we go. All right, first question we got via text. Someone actually texted us this one. Hi, what are the dimensions of the Sonoma Plaza? Inside and outside.
Well, that's an easy one.
Yeah?
It's 1 square block.
It is 1 square block. It absolutely is.
It takes up an entire block.
Entire block. It's It was a funny thing when they asked us this, because we're like, do you want the what do you mean? Like, do you want the area? Do you want the perimeter? Do you want the volume? And it turns out that it said, just how big is it? It says 8 acres. It's 8 acres.
Oh, 8 acres. Okay.
Which is pretty easy. So it is 1 block.
Yeah.
It's one Spanish block. So there's different size blocks. Back east, there's different size blocks. But when they laid out the plaza, it was under a Spanish style plaza. Another thing, by the way, a plaza, some people think it's a shopping mall because that word is used for malls.
Right.
So oftentimes they'll come and ask us where the mall is, and we have to explain that plaza is just a Spanish word for a place. It's the middle.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the plaza.
It's a plaza. Mm-hmm. We also found out, though, that we did just for fun, because that's what we do. We wanted to find out what the volume was of the plaza. I mean, you think about it. I mean, dimensions. It's height, weight, and whatever.
Yeah.
So we basically found out. Oh dear, where is it? Hold on here. You all. Well, I gotta find out here. How much wine? How much?
There's birds in the plaza,
That's so good. So if you wanted to cover the plaza in 6 feet of wine, like let's say you wanted to fill it with wine.
I was there that day.
Yeah, it's 73 million bottles of wine to fill the plaza 6 feet deep with wine.
We could do that.
You should. You should. I mean, why not?
Why not?
Why not? So
why not?
Those are the dimensions of the plaza.
Okay.
All right. Another question we got. I'm visiting from Tucson and attending a conference in San Francisco, about an hour away. We'd like to come up and do some wine tasting. I like Pinot Noir, but my friend likes Cabernet Sauvignon. Mm-hmm. What should we do?
Well, I mean, a good place to start is just to come right to the place, the plaza.
Right, where's the plaza?
And I don't know how many tasting rooms we have.
More than 20.
More than 20.
Yeah.
And they're all different. Yep. They all have different wines.
Yep.
But I have not been to any of them where I didn't get good wine.
Good answer.
It's really hard to find not good wine unless you go to one of our big box retailers and go into the box wine section.
Right.
And you might find some bad wine there.
Some less than stellar wine.
But it isn't going to come from Sonoma.
It will not. Good answer. And I'll name a couple out real quickly. Pinot Noir, Patson Hall, Annaba. I mean, there are so many different.
Scribe is good.
Scribe's fantastic.
Gunlock Bundshoe actually.
Gunbun's got everything great.
They have all kinds of stuff.
I like Caddis Wines right there on the plaza there. Garrick's got some good ones. Garrick's kind of confusing because it is inside of a 3-badge building. It says Garrick, but that's also very good.
Yeah.
So you're right. All of these are right near the plaza or nearby. So go to those.
That's what I would do. I would start with the plaza and
work your way out.
And the other thing about folks in the wine industry, they're very mutually supportive.
They are.
And so if you're enjoying wine at one place and you ask, well, where else should I go?
Right.
They'll tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll go over there.
Go there, yeah.
If you like Chenin Blanc, well, these guys have great Chenin Blanc.
Right, absolutely.
And so
good.
That's what I would do.
Good deep cut on the Chenin Blanc too. Good job.
I like Chenin Blanc.
Question someone called, where can I find a good strawberry stand in Sonoma?
Well, it goes without saying. At the corner of Arnold and Watma, you have the Watma strawberries, and they've just opened a week or so ago.
That's correct.
And these strawberries, they're really unbelievable. They pick them every single day, picked fresh. So, and during the day. So it's not like they pick them in the morning and that's it. They're kind of replenishing all day. But little known fact, they don't just have strawberries. They have other produce there, and it all changes. So you might find onions or zucchinis or bell peppers or all kinds of different stuff. And so it's like a small fruit stand, but it's really all about the strawberries.
Right.
The best there are.
All right, Watma strawberries there on Watma Road, and they are phenomenal. And there's also up in Kenwood a strawberry stand as well, but Watma is the one everyone. It's the one.
Ground zero of strawberry.
People are like, when they're out at Watma, the word gets around town that they're out.
Oh yeah.
Not for today, but they'll be more tomorrow. But they go fast.
It's a sad day when they close for the season.
It is so funny how people are just incredibly sad.
Yeah, it's like
it's not funny, but it's like
no, it's we all get together and weep.
Sweet Scoops though does have their ice cream, so they will freeze some of them to make strawberry ice cream.
Oh, good.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Fine, and you're doing a great job on this, by the way. Yeah, you're pretty good.
I'm local.
Here's another question we got: can I order more than one visitor guide, like a box? Can I get a box of visitor guides?
For who?
For anybody. A travel agent, a conference, Battle of the Bands. Can you order an entire box of Sonoma Valley visitors guides?
I would think that you could. Why would you not want to put the word out there about the town?
You are absolutely right.
Yeah. If you can get a box of them.
If Rod Marymor is like, you know what, I'm throwing a party, I'm inviting 100 people.
And I need 100 of those.
One box right to your door. You just call us, you email us info@sonomavalley.com. We will ship you a box. I'll ship you one, I'll ship you 100.
Do you know that would be a good thing to put in a Battle of the Bands swag bag?
I will. Do you want 100 of them? I'll just
well,
do you want 100
we
boxes?
really only need 12, but
but no, absolutely. And you can get all those just by ordering through our online.
Well,
people love getting just like these posters. People love tactility. They love paper. Still, so we do send those out, and people get them. Yeah. You answered all the questions correctly.
Well, thank you.
Is there a correct sound?
Not that one.
All right, another one. Let's see. No. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
you are correct.
That's like the A+ train is coming down the track.
Right. Take the A train.
You did it there. Rod, one more time, what's the website if people want more information about Music in Place?
musicinplace.org.
Great. And
that is it.
After you go to musicinplace.org to find out about the Battle of the Bands coming up in May, and you find out about the music on the plaza, and he was so nice to not mention he actually does some stuff outside of Sonoma Valley on occasion. You can find out more information there. After you're done with that, please go to sonomavalley.com for deals, special offers, events, and to order a case of visitor guides.
Or two.
Rod, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Mom and Dad, glad you made it home safely. Talk to you soon.
See you on the plaza.
Bye-bye.